Hello, everybody, and welcome to My Bad with Morgan Rees, the podcast all about your hiccups, your mishaps, and also your fuck-ups. And I am here with the first ever returning guest, the one, the only, the ripped as, may I say, Joe Sutherland.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming back on the podcast.
Lovely. Love to return, be a returning guest.
Yeah, we are back in this podcasting space in Bristol where we have to sit on a very narrow sofa and speak to each other like we're on the bus.
Great.
But what's news? You've just come back from Edinburgh.
Yep.
We've just been speaking in the Patreon about Edinburgh and we've been saying lovely things about it. But you have got an incredible show, Miss World.
Thank you. It was lovely to get the chance to really work on it, and now I'm really excited to do more tweaks and take on tour the kind of elevated 2.0 remix version. Miss World, and it's the same, but it's also totally different, so it's not.
Yeah, but we'll just do it straight off the top. We've got a big London date.
Yes, September 18th, Thursday, 7 p.m, Underbelly Boulevard, bang in the middle of Soho. It's technically a West End theatre.
Oh, come on. Come on, darling. You're doing the West End.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Have you done the West End before?
Soho Theatre.
Oh, of course.
I guess, is in the West End. And I have already planned my after party look. So I've got my priorities straight.
Okay, well, actually, I was going to ask you a couple of questions around that when it comes to... So your poster, you on the floor, looking, may I say, peachy. Is peachy look. So do you go poster idea, how do I make it thirsty? Or thirst trap, how do I make it a poster?
Yeah, it's poster idea, make it thirsty. But there's also, I always want to make it something that will just filter out certain people. If it's off-putting to a certain type of, let's be honest, man.
Yeah. Yes.
If they're off-put by the poster, then they wouldn't enjoy the show. So
that's very true.
There's no point in me trying to tempt you in, only for you to then hate it and walk out.
Have any slipped the net?
Yeah, actually, there was two lads about a week into the run in Edinburgh where it's one joke about, a wetback, wiping off your lower back, and it's 5 minutes into the show, and these two lads who were sat at the very edge of the room just got up and left. And I was a bit like, what did you think you were coming? That must have been a very last minute purchase. That was 8:25 and you were like, oh, let's see some comedy.
Yeah.
And mine was the only one. So, whoops.
I tell you what, though, total respect to those lads, because that's how you disengage from something. You don't disrupt the show.
Yeah, don't stay there and then... Because actually, I did have then later in the run... In fact, I'll be honest, the one sellout night where there was two straight couples sat up the back. So they were in front of the sound desk. My wonderful technician I worked with, Ralph. So he'd clocked them and he saw that it was two straight couples. The girls had been loving it throughout. The blokes had their heads in their hands from the very beginning. And at about the 40-minute mark, they'd said, I can't take any more. And they got up and left.
I can't take any more. That's really funny. That's a really funny thing to say to gay comedy. I can't take it anymore.
But yeah, no, and I'm sort of fine with it because I'm like, I'm not going to try and package myself for, in a way, I'm not going to ask for your approval. You come to me, you come to our house, and you lean into, how we do it here. So I'm like, this is
that.
Girls, queers, everyone else. It's like this. And so I had many nights in Edinburgh, actually, where my venue was not great for comedy. It was very staid, sterile, way too much soundproofing. So the first few nights where it was largely quite a Radio 4 audience who were taking a punt on the sort of interesting up and comers, but then they would sort of sit there in silence and any laughter that did come would just evaporate into the walls.
Oh, God.
But then the pendulum started to swing and we had more of the queers coming through. But there were some nights where the balance wasn't quite right. So there were still these Radio 4 listeners who were kind of like taking up more of the space with their oppressive silence. So then I watched the queers and the girls like shrink themselves, and they would want to be laughing and screeching, but then throughout the show they'd get quieter and quieter. So I realized what I needed to do was tell them that they were the leaders. Here, it's like, no. Don't you quiet yourself to match them. You've got to teach them how it's done.
Amen.
And then throughout the month, the pendulum swung, and towards the end, it was like kind of just the queers and girls and a few of their straight ally boyfriends. And so the vibe got much better. And then when it's that, I'm like, you chat. Because if I know that you're chatting about the content of this, then like that's it. I want the energy up. I don't care if you like have a little murmur, like check in with each other about the content of the show. Like go ahead. Because I don't want a theatre. I want a grotty club.
You should have been where I was. A stagger sick. It was. But yeah, I can't wait to see your show. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
Wait, you're selling it to me, grotty queer. And I can talk throughout.
Yeah, do what you like, honestly. So long as you're not like being a prick, ruining it for me or anyone else.
No. I don't think anyone will be doing that. So again, you've got a lot going on. So like Edinburgh, and then when you come back, you moved into your own home.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Someone ring the relatable bell. Bing, 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 bing.
My partner and I moved house and completed the sale. Yes, I said it. During the month of August. So he had to. Well, shall I become even more unrelatable? We hired movers.
Oh, brilliant!
So that just to make it more manageable, so that it wasn't like. I mean, obviously, we're spaffing money we didn't quite have. And but otherwise, it would have been really unfair if I'd kind of left and he'd had to do the actual moving.
Yeah.
So what we did was we hired... Luckily, our sellers had moved to Sydney, so the house was sitting there empty. They got on with us. So they were like, yeah, you can move your stuff in before you complete. Obviously, you can't legally live there.
Yeah.
So what we were able to do was have some movers come up to our old place, pack up the stuff and take it and move it in. And then I left for Edinburgh. So he was then kind of living on a mattress on the floor and then just floating around between friends' places for a week.
Wow. What a week for...
I know.
Boyfriend's gone, house is gone, everything's gone.
Yeah. And so then... So then when we finally completed, I was still up in Edinburgh. And so it was a very surreal experience to essentially move house remotely. So when I came back, I got quite a late train, get into King's Cross at about 10:30 p.m, wheel all my crap over to a cab, get in the back and go, yeah, where do I live? I had to open my email from the solicitor to be like, oh, the postcode is, here we go.
Yeah. How long does it take for you to remember an address? It takes me, I'd say, about 3 months until I can remember my new address.
Well, I guess here's the thing with being a property owner is you have to do a lot of paperwork and file your own postcode into a lot of things. So I've got it now. I've got it down. I'm just thinking about your partner in those 2 weeks. If I had never met him and I met him in those 2 weeks, he was stressed.
No way would I have believed that they actually have their stuff together. If they were sofa hopping, I actually own a home. My partner's up at the Edinburgh Fringe. Yeah, no problem.
It was just everything came together at once because our previous housemates are getting ready to have a baby. So they kind of bought us out of the house that we were in. And so they needed to start some work. You know, they wanted to like do a new bathroom, do some repainting. So he was like, I can't stay for that because then it's become their house. So there was 1 week where he was still there and then he left and so that they could kind of take over. And he was a bit, like staying with his brother, staying with some friends, and then he was one night, it was like, I think I need to get a hotel.
Oh my God, you two are made for each other. But get the hotel. I was in like staying it for one night, not just actually buy the hotel. They're not that rich, no. Despite how it sounded in this interview. No. But obviously now it's just you two. No more housemates. Are there any housemate nightmares that you recall? I can tell you one to kick us up. I had a housemate who kept on vomiting in the night, but he would vomit in the night onto his pillow.
No.
Yeah. But guess where you would put the pillow? In the kitchen bin.
Oh my God.
So I'd go like, I'd have my...
Why, because he was drinking and vomiting?
No, just a vommy guy.
Just a vommy guy. I mean, that's... You've got to... You take yourself to A&E if you are... Nobody should just have a reputation as a vommy guy. Like, that is a condition. That's not a quirk.
Yeah. I would just walk into the kitchen and there would just be... And when I say there was a pillow in the bin, I'd say there's about 2 inches of a pillow in the bin. It would just be this huge pillow sticking out the bin.
No, okay, not that bad. We did in a previous house. So the first house that we lived in together was owned by one of his university friends, very wealthy boy. His parents had bought him this magnificent house and he filled it with friends and charged us very little. But what was mad was that it was a very modern design that was essentially like a 4-story open plan house.
Oh, wow.
So you kind of walked out of your room and you were just in one big communal space.
Wow.
So there was no soundproofing. It was like quite surreal in that way. But yeah, so to have 7 gay boys in this house and sometimes just to be like, there was one housemate in particular who, I don't know, he just like clearly had it in his head that was like, well, you know, we're all just sort of gay boys here. We don't need to like worry about clothes and things like, but it was like, sometimes I'd be like, I don't need to see your penis before breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I'm not say offended or anything, but just think about it. Like you are dominating the space. When your penis is present pre-breakfast, you're taking up more than just your physical space. You're quite literally whapping your dick on the table to say that you own this space.
Yeah, that is.
And he was not the owner of the house as well. He was another one of the tenants.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't want to see pubes with my my cereal, but then the heavy assumption they've got the pubes.
I hadn't even thought about the pubes because that, as we all know, pubes just spring off, don't they?
They are. They're buckaroo.
They're spring loaded.
They do literally look like they're spring loaded as well.
Well, why are they always on the shower wall? You just think like that's higher than the level that they're coming from, but you just always find one at like eye level in the shower.
Wait a minute. Is that not how you dry your pubes? You just rub them on the wall. The towel is too hard. It's too hard. Yeah, that's like I live with my partner. We're getting a housemate in, but like even when I'm with my partner, actually, I'm going to actually say, even when I'm by myself, I don't make breakfast in the nip.
No, I don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
I don't mind, like, okay, walk to the bathroom naked.
Yeah.
But then if you're going downstairs, have decorum.
You've got to.
Not in front of the kettle.
that kettle seemed too much.
Yes.
So my next question is sort of, this is not a question. This is just literally me making a note about you. This is how much of a wicked interview I am. You're always taller than I think.
Oh, yeah, I am quite.
You're tall.
But you know what it is as well, is I think I always had bad posture and then having, God, this is just me like absolutely bragging. Then in the years of working with personal trainers, that's improved my posture.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like just good core work. So I do feel like I've grown an inch, and it's not. It's just because I used to be a hunched little twig.
You were a good twig, though.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're a good twunk, though. You're doing good.
You.
If I may label you twunk, but yeah, I remember we were at the karaoke thing in Edinburgh, Olga Cox night.
Oh yeah.
I remember you stood next to me. I'm just going, fuck me, Joe's tall. And I think it was also you that I can't remember when I was spoken to about this. I think it was you, me, and were you speaking to Josie Long?
Yeah.
And you got Josie Long was going, I don't know whether I should do Sinead O'Connor. Yeah. And I don't know. And I tell you what, I had to eat my own words because she was like, do I do Sinead O'Connor? And I said, no, it'll bring the mood down. It's not the right tone. It's a cracking song, but it's not matching the tone. But you said to do it.
I said, what this environment needs is peaks and troughs. And she, in a drunken fugue, sort of said, yes, I think people are in need of a trough. And she did it. And actually, it was a gorgeous sing-along moment. Because you can't do karaoke where everything is high octane, 140 beats a minute, everything's a screech along. You do need a moment where people kind of recalibrate, but also, because actually, the more that you just do party bops, people fade off. And they're like, oh, I'm going to go smoke, I'm going to go to the toilet, I'm going to chat in the corner, I'm going to go to the bar. Whereas then where there are moments that it's like, we are the champions, nothing compares to you. Yeah. Like real sing-alongs, that's what brings everyone back into the room and they all come together and sing.
I thought it was amazing. It was a highlight for me, Josie Long singing that.
It was really good.
And I was just stood there, gasp. Because like you said, it brought the room together. I love that.
Also, excellent prop work. She had a bottle of water so that she could emulate the tears that Sinead O'Connor cries in the famous video.
God.
And so she was just like dashing her face with water throughout.
But that is so powerful, self-effacing, self-sacrificing to see a room full of people listening to the most high-energy, fun tunes that go, I'm going to be the trough.
Yeah.
She absolutely killed it. And you were the orchestrator behind it. And all that stems from you being tall. Can you imagine? But yeah, we got to talk about it because like you said, you've been seeing the personal trainer now. You're here. I can literally see your arms.
Really?
So have you got any gym pet peeves at the moment? Oh, actually, I got one more question.
Mm-hmm.
What put you off going to the gym? Were you going to the gym in all those years you were a twig?
I was trying, but I wasn't sort of brave enough to go into, I guess there was a sort of gendered element or a sort of, hetero element of like, I wasn't brave enough to venture into weight training. It's quite a scary thing to do. You know, there are a lot of things you need to learn in terms of how to do it safely.
Yeah. I'm going to drill down on that 2 seconds. What was it about the weightlifting that scared you? The threat of injury, or what others might think which is a common one?
Yeah, I think I was sort of, because it hadn't quite boomed in the way that it has in recent years, certainly post-COVID and like with the elevation of Instagram. So when I was started, because I'm much older than I look, it was still like the weights area was still sort of the lads area. And, I still had some work to do in terms of psychologically how I held myself in front of men.
Yeah, fair. In a gym setting.
In any. So there was that element and and I guess like some disordered, bring it down. Yeah. This idea of like, there was more like weight control and maybe there were parts of me still carrying over from, the indie sleaze of like, oh, well, skinny is my thing. Like maybe but then, there was a turning point, maybe 2018, when I was like, oh, no, I'm really underweight and actually quite unhealthy.
Yeah.
So I'd like to figure out a way to deal with that. But it took years.
Yeah. Oh, what would you do? Because obviously you've spent your whole life slim or slender, and apologies if this is a triggering question. What would you do if you were like big, lovely and fat for a week?
I think we did talk about this a little bit in the last episode.
If you
became a bear overnight.
I've asked you a very similar question already, so bear my pardon about that. I guess they're two of the same things. Sorry, bears. I just gravitate to bears all the time. So now you're in the gym. You're a gym bunny, a gym rat. What's your gym pet peeves?
I guess it's the proliferation of filming. I think there should be a separate room for filming yourself.
Yes.
And then, because you just never know if you're cutting into someone else's shot. And my real pet peeve, I actually don't mind if people are filming themselves, because I'll also do it as well. And occasionally put it on Instagram, but really I'm doing it to check form, to maybe send to a trainer when I'm working with one. But it's when people get really uppity about the space and they kind of like tut and roll their eyes if you walk through their shot. I'm like, it's a public space, mate.
No,
we've all paid the same amount to be here.
Yeah. No, that I feel...
You can tell I'm pissed off because I went into a Coventry accent there as well.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine you with a Coventry accent. When did it disappear?
Ebbs and flows. Well, I never really had it, I suppose, but it ebbs and flows.
Do your family have it?
My middle brother... But he now works in a private school abroad, so it's really funny in the way that we both have certain Coventry, like we can't really pronounce our L's. That's the main one. We have to really work to say an L sound. Otherwise, it's like million or, brilliant.
It's just an R.
It's more like
It's more like a I'd love to see that in dialect
and
coaching.
then vowels like amount, girl. Yeah, that's when it's really strong.
Yeah.
So if we're talking to each other, it comes out. Or like, if you're a bit pissed off, especially if you're drunk, it comes out. But then my accent's all over the place. My dad's Scottish. His wife is from Birmingham. My mum's from Leicester. My partner sounds quite southern. And we have a lot of very posh friends.
Oh, wow.
So, so I'm all over. So especially like, say if I'm up at the Fringe, a bunch of foreigners kept asking me if I was American, and I had to explain like, no, what you're hearing right now is half Scottish and gay. This is when you're raised by Rabsy Nesbitt and Paris Hilton. So when I'm in Scotland, like my R's become a little bit rounder, and so like certain sounds like make it sound more like transatlantic.
Oh, wow. Yeah, when I first met international students, I thought they were all American. It was like, oh no, you watched Friends. You learned English from watching Friends. And they all had that like amalgamation accent. Mm-hmm. You just go like, oh, it turns out when I can't understand, when someone sounds weird, I go American. That's what or unfamiliar. Yeah. So but I'm circling back to the gym thing. That annoys me. So I will I'll allow, forgive's the wrong word, filming in the gym. But when you've got a big tripod and you're trying to reserve space, it's like, my pet peeve. This is a predominantly a men thing. It is men, I would say, they're mentally wanking themselves off while looking at themselves in the mirror in front of everybody. It is the most gross. Just adoring themselves in the mirror in front of it. Maybe I'm is this a jealous thing? Is this a bit of it? I wish I could do it.
But it is, when do you ever see a woman do that? She would not, like, a woman is so conditioned to like not project vanity. Like but then conversely, women are conditioned and socialized to think so constantly about their appearance, but do so in a sort of like, in a way that's very like self-deprecating. And so it's, it's just like, it's totally speaks to like how men are raised, to just be like, you do what you like. So it is really annoying.
I'll be out at the bench, and then this guy will just get in front of me, look in the mirror, and he'll just lift up his top and go, "Look at that! Look at that!"
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm in my old gym, there was like a little bit round the corner that had a mirror, and if no one was there, and I was in between sets, I'd be like, "Has that pumped?" and like have a little check. But I'm making sure no one else is there.
But maybe it just comes from jealousy. Am I jealous that I don't love myself as much as this stranger does them? But that used to always gross me out.
But what I've noticed over the years is like, if they are doing it performatively, they're not doing it for the women in the room. They're doing it for the other men.
It's the gayest thing ever. Big muscly men. The only people that like big muscly men are big muscly men.
Yeah.
It's really gay,
especially among the straight. That's okay. So the most gorgeous and lovely comedian Emmanuel Sanubi, big gym rat, like just stacked. Absolutely stacked.
Unbelievable.
But he like basically every time we hang out, he just goes into chatting about the gym. But he's also like, poking and prodding and groping me and being like, "Oh mate, great. Oh, you're doing so well here on your pecs." And I'm like, obviously enjoying it and like a little bit titulated, but it's just like, you're the only person I would allow to do this in a work setting.
No, I know Emmanuel. Yeah. He is exactly like that. But I will say, the last few times I've seen him, he does go, "You still gymming?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm still gymming." I hate it when friends say that. "You still gymming?" "Yeah." Good God.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, Manuel's funny, man. So the next question, now obviously we're going to do some returning features, but also because you're a returning guest, there's some new features.
Okay.
So one of the returning guests is the cringe binge, because like it's called My Bad, we're not perfect, we all make mistakes. Are there any from your childhood like cringes that still make you shudder?
Ooh.
And because I didn't prepare for this, do you want me to tell you one recently
Yeah, go ahead.
to help see if it triggers you on not the right word. What am I thinking of?
Stimulate.
Stimulate. That's the one. Like Emmanuel does.
Yeah.
Look, I had Josh Jones gave me this mug.
Mm-hmm.
It's got hand-drawn willies on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was meant for his partner. His partner thought it was a bit crass to have in the house, so he said, "Do you want this?" I went, "Yeah, great." And on this mug, it has loads of hand-drawn willies on it, and on the cup it says, "Oh, the hundreds and billions willies on this planet, yours are my favourite." And I thought, "Oh, I'll have that in the house. That's wicked." Anyway, I had builders round. And do you know how like you can just get blinded by familiarity?
Mm-hmm.
Like I totally forgot about this mug, and I ended up making a cuppa for the builder, and I gave him the willy mug, and I could see him looking at this mug really weird, and after a little while I go, "Oh, do you not like milk?" He went, "No, I don't like cock."
Good on him.
I went, "Oh, sorry, brother. I didn't mean to give you that. I didn't mean to give you that mug." And he was like, "No, it's fine. It's just odd."
That was quick of him though, because he could have tried to bury that and be like, everything's fine, but that's really funny. Okay, then I have one in a very similar vein. Oh God, and vein being an operative word here. So I'm going to blame my boyfriend for this because he's not as studiously tidy as I am, and I'm not like a total neat freak. He does catch me out sometimes, for, like being in a hurry, leaving like undressing, leaving stuff on a chair, bloody blah. But when it comes to post-coital cleanup, and this isn't going to be as disgusting as I've made that sound.
Yeah.
So we own a number of small bedroom aids.
Come.
One being a very diminutive little pink dildo.
Oh. And
there was one time...
You must.
Where rather than like take it to the bathroom, clean it, put it in its normal storage place, he just, without my noticing, he just kind of leaned over the bed and put it down next to the bed on his side.
Yeah.
And then forgot to pick it up. And then the next day, the wonderful person who we hired to clean every week comes around, finds it, doesn't mention it, but clearly picked it up, and placed it on the bench at the edge of the bedroom. We just had this window bench, and placed it there in perfect alignment with when she like gathers up things like pens, she'll sort of put them on a surface and like line them up all neatly, and so it was like alongside the pens and the magazines.
Oh.
And
big question: did she put it? Was it up or was it flat down?
It was flat. Yeah. No,
pen.
As I say, it's very small. The base isn't actually wide enough for it to stand upright, because it's a starter piece.
Yeah. Starter piece.
It's a warm up.
If it was cutlery, it'd be there for starter sort of thing.
Yeah, it goes on the furthest outside. It's for the amuse-bouche.
It's the amuse-bouche of dildos.
So I'd been working in the living room. She's done downstairs. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to leave the house. Got to go to work. I go downstairs whilst she's moved up to the kitchen. So she's still in the house.
Yeah.
And I go into the bedroom and I see it there. Absolutely freeze, because I just know that like if there's no way that is not in the back of her mind, because it's like, what a weird and gross thing to find.
Yeah.
That's what she's obviously put it in a place rather than leaving it where it was. She's put it in that place to essentially say, be more careful next time.
Yeah.
So I'm then stood frozen in the room like, oh God, I have to pack my bag and leave. So I have to say bye.
Yeah.
And so I immediately like text my partner like, oh my God, this has happened. And he's like, oh, that's so funny. Are you going to address it? I'm like, absolutely not.
Oh, you'd have to.
Oh, no.
I'm on your boyfriend's side.
Turns out, like, I thought I had worked through all shame and that I could talk about sex and my own body in the most graphic ways on stage. But then in that private set, I was so mortified. And so I just packed my bag and just ran up to the front door and was very much like, thanks so much, see you next week, bye.
Yeah.
and just got out of there as quickly as possible.
I think you got to own it. You either got to own it or you have to not make it seem that's what it was. So I would have either owned it or I would have sort of buried it into my car keys and then pretended it was like a fob.
Oh my God! No, you can't do that. You can't be like, sorry, have you seen my my spirit level? Yeah, it's sort of 6 inches long, has like these weird veins on the outside, slightly translucent silicone.
They're for every centimetre.
Oh, God. It's the oil dip for the car.
I drive a 12-ton lorry. The oil dip.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had. I can't remember if I said this on here or if I said it on Chat with Cherubs. I had a really similar thing recently. We had friends around for the first time ever. One of them's got a baby. One of them's got a dog. Same fucking thing. And they first time they've come round to the flat, and my friend and I went, "Oh God, your soap's weird." We left out the lube.
Great.
But it happens to everyone. Speaking of, because like you said, new home. I was talking about these things like I was blinded by familiarity with this cup that's covered in cocks.
Yeah.
Very niche question. Have you got anything that you would say is peculiar in your home, but because it's your home, you don't know it's peculiar? But when a stranger comes in, they go, what?
I guess there's just little artworks where that I just forget how queer-coded a lot of it is. Not that, we don't have like sort of soft porn around the place. Like my dad's wife, my stepmom's parents' next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a few links in that chain there. But gorgeous, wonderful gay man. So he's been in my stepmom Dawn's life since she was a child. And, she's like known one of his ex-partners was a drag performer and was the maid of honor at their wedding.
Oh, wonderful.
My dad and his wife's wedding. And we went and house sat for him once.
Yeah.
And there was just very arty photography of penises all over the walls. And I think, Dawn had sort of forgotten that because she'd grown up with this house. And then, we arrived to spend a weekend there and I'm 9-10 years old, walking around being like, why do I enjoy this place so much? But my dad kind of being like, Dawn, did you? No. And she sort of looks around and goes, oh, you're right. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, and ever since I wanted to be a painter.
Yeah. But now, so we have a few things, just like little, there's this famous symbol from the anti-nuclear movement in Germany in, I think, the 80s that was like nuclear, Nein Danke.
Yeah.
So it's a smiling, sunny face, and it's like nuclear, question mark, Nein Danke. But we have one that says heterosexuality, Nein Danke.
That's fun.
And then you sort of forget some, and then it's like, if it's a sort of straight friend of a friend who sort of sees that, it's a bit like, oh. No, we stand by it. But then a friend of ours bought us a gorgeous little sculpture in Mexico. So they do these cool things like these folk art little pieces where it's like a little box with a window and there'll be a little scene inside there made out of little, metal and matchsticks and things. And so he bought us one of essentially some cruising in a public toilet. And so I'm going to put that up in the new bathroom. But that is the sort of thing where you then think like, oh yeah, like the grandparents will visit every now and again. Oh well.
Oh, it's weird when you get it's just like, oh yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Queer-coded houses. Yeah, Janet's got this book, and I've always just thought it was I didn't realize it is soft porn. There's no other way it is soft porn. I think it's a really famous soft porn as well. It's all black and white. It's all pencil drawing.
Oh, is it sort of a Tom of Finland or something?
Might be that.
Right.
Might be that because he's got a lot of Tom of Finland underwear. I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying, Janet.
Well, no, put it out there so we can get some for free.
Oh yeah. He looks, and they look amazing in it, and they will do it on Instagram.
Or even he could sell the used ones.
Oh yes, we want to buy a house. So please. I just thought it was about police officers, and it was only recent. I went, oh, they're not wearing trousers. I went, sorry.
Yeah, there's a famous Vivienne Westwood shirt that took a Tom of Finland illustration where I think it's two coppers face to face, but then you realise like, oh, their cocks are touching.
Yeah. Oh, it might really be good. That. Yeah. It might really make me laugh. I'm so accustomed to it. I didn't realise that the men weren't wearing trousers.
There's a soft porn photography book that I want to manifest. Somebody buys me for my birthday or something. Maybe I'll even put it like on a kind of wish list. So, an anonymous patron could send it to me. I would like a copy of the Madonna sex book. I'm aware it's very rare and expensive these days, but that is my manifestation. I want that as a...
I need to hear everything. What's the Madonna sex book?
So in the late 90s, mid 90s, around the time of her erotica album where she was like really going for it in terms of how she like pushed sexuality front and center, she released this book of soft porn photography, basically. And not some of it, not even that soft. There's a few erect dicks in there. She released this book as like an art coffee table book, and it was scandalous. It got banned in multiple countries. Wow. Loads of retailers wouldn't carry it, but that just meant that it was even more successful because then people were like finding ways of buying it. And it's like, it's really cool. It came in this like silver envelope and it's ring bound. And so one of my stepmom's gay friends has a copy, and I haven't visited his house in years, but I remember spotting it and being like, one day.
Oh, that's amazing. Right, so the next round is called the Rumour Mill. It's a new round where we're going to try and start
about this.
But before we jump into that, which one do you want to answer? Do you want to answer who do you think's the most likely to do a Madonna sex book now? Or who would you like to see do one?
Oh.
Let's start with the first one. Who do you think's the most likely to do one now?
I'm not far off, to be honest. I am working my way to figuring out how can I balance, how can I monetize my body?
Yes.
Because that's a useful part of the internet.
Yeah.
And but how can I also leverage that into selling tickets for comedy? How can I do both? And
I think do a sex tape, but the discount code's on your back or your front, depending on what you're doing.
Oh, like for the tour tickets?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, great. Otherwise, somebody whose show I'm incredibly excited to watch because I didn't get to see it in Edinburgh. We were clashing because everything Queercoded was on at the same time this year. But Eloise Efdos, Australian comedian, I would say she put sexuality front and center in that Madonna fashion, in that it's like ever so slightly confrontational. It's like, are you going to tell me that I can't do this, even though it's my own body?
Oh, she nominated?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw loads of people post about her.
So I'm going to see her show, next month in October.
I might tag along if I'm free, if that's okay with me.
And so I could see her doing, a fun, sexy calendar.
I think you gave me the idea to do a calendar. Yeah. I think you should do a calendar.
Okay. Oh God, it's this. Yeah, it's autumn, winter.
Yeah.
Okay, something to think about. Yes, great. We'll all do calendars.
Oh, Joe, we should do cameos in each other's.
Yes.
So like every 3 months is a different collab.
Great. And then who do I want to see do one?
Yes.
In comedy or in the wider world?
Wider world.
And
let's go celebs, because it'll be weird if you said like, celebs, my mate.
I mean, you know who's very attractive, and we have many friends in common, though we don't know each other personally, is it weird to say this? Joel Kim Booster, the comedian?
Oh, yeah. Oh, very hot.
They're so handsome, so attractive. And, and if this comes into your algorithm, hi. Let's chat.
We'd like to see your soft pornography book. They got a great album. I think they've got a Netflix special, but I think their first comedy album was on Spotify.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really funny. All right, the rumor mill. So we want to start some rumors.
Okay.
So, are there any rumors that you just love hearing about?
Yeah, because there are different categories of rumors. There are the ones that are so outlandish that you kind of know they're not true, but they're obviously very fun to reference.
Yeah.
The sort of I do not believe that Princess Diana went to the RVT in drag. There's no way that happened, but it's obviously a fun story to share and to imagine how it would have happened.
Yes.
Because the story is that she was there with Freddie Mercury and queer comedian of the time, whose name I forget. But it's like those people, let alone a disguised Princess Diana, could not have walked into the RVT unmobbed. They were at the peak of their fame. But it's a delightful story and a rumour. Similarly, the sort of like, I shall not name the name of the rock musician who supposedly removed ribs to suck themselves off. Yes. But then what I love is a rumor that has enough technical detail to actually be believable. So when it references something within like the entertainment industry. So for instance, there was a rumor that a particular modeling agency in the States was orchestrating that their girls went on dates with Leonardo DiCaprio to boost their careers. Yes. So they were incentivizing Leo to date these models, kind of pimping them out, really. And, that's just like the idea that there's that detail and that kind of contract in place. Yeah. I'd believe it.
I love it. Yeah. I love big ones and I love small ones. Talking about business-wise, like I don't know whether we can say the name of the comedian. Best not when we're doing a roundabout rumours. But there's an arena comic who we were talking about venue splits in the Patreon because it's just been Edinburgh Fringe, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But there's an arena comic that takes 100% of their ticket sales. He also takes, well,
it's obviously going to be here.
Yeah. Also takes the parking and the bar.
Yeah, this is not a rumor. This is true.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Is that 100% true?
Well, the parking definitely is. I don't know. The bar may be the rumor part, but I've heard about the parking.
That's so good. And I loved little rumors at school. Like, I won't say their name because they're a professor now, but they were at school. It was just a rumor that they kept on going, oh, he fucks dogs.
There was a boy at one of my secondary schools where it went like, I think he just had like, he reacted to the sun badly, but the rumor became, he's allergic to the sun.
Yeah.
And our own form tutor in year 7 heard that this girl was dating him and he was in a different class, and it was obviously a PE teacher, so he like was cheeky and thought he was our mate, but he stood in front of the class and was like, "You're going out with Daniel," and he goes, he's allergic to the sun." I was like, "Sir, you can't put her off her own boyfriend like this."
Yeah.
Like, he's allergic to the sun. Anyway, he became gay.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'm allergic to the sun. I must go to this dark room.
Yeah. Finally, a place I'm accepted.
And now, 2 last things now. We're going into the My Mad round. Is there anything that's peeing you off at the moment? Any hot takes?
Oh, God. I mean, all the big things. The Labour government.
Oh, yeah.
And
it can be that, by the way. It doesn't have to be. We'll try and keep it as short as possible, not because there's not a lot to say.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
Honestly, with every day, I become more radicalized, and I'm like, and now we're approaching autumn, and we're going to be celebrating Guy Fawkes Day. I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't think we're any longer celebrating that Guy Fawkes was dead. I think now we're celebrating his valiant attempt.
Yeah.
Like, now that's how I'm going to be framing it in my own head. Like, someone should blow that fucking place up.
Yeah.
And that might be a crime for me to have said that, but...
I think Guy Fawkes Night, I think it is the hypocrisy of British culture. Mm-hmm. Because they talk about all these anti-immigration people go, oh, they don't integrate. Well, it's peak white privilege. Because what if you're expecting imagine a brown person came over and you're, oh, by the way, we all celebrate a failed assassination terrorist attack. If another person did that, you would get cancelled like that.
Yeah. Oh, so here's my thing. But mad. Obviously, it's disgusting. Like these things that people are staging on the streets, and the use of the English flag as like an intimidation tool is like really disgusting. So I saw a TikTok recently that really I got vibing with, which was essentially a call out to the girls and theys and gays and queers to say, we got to reclaim that flag. If we make it slaggy, it'll turn those men off it. Yeah. So as I was on my way here, I was Googling to try and find a St. George's Cross bikini. I want to make a little like get ready with me video where I just get into this bikini and really queer it up. Yeah. And just like put that out there in the algorithm.
That'd be wicked.
So I think we all need to be doing that, is like making slutty little England flag videos.
I think I'm 100% on your side there, because did you see I think that like rather than doing the Brazilian strip, it's just the George's flag, diet red.
Yeah.
There was someone in Liverpool, obviously hooded balaclava, middle of the night, put a St. George's flag up in front of a mosque in Liverpool. So the next day, the mosque put it inside the mosque and just put it 10 times as big because they went, this is our flag too.
Yes. Get in.
And I just went, that's how you do it.
Legends, yeah.
That is how you do it. Take that power of that flag away from them.
There was, a troop of...
Well, not the power, the message that they are trying to say that flag represents.
A group of drag queens, all queens of colour, from England, got together and did a photo shoot in the streets where they all had these England flag looks as well. And so they've been posting that online, and it's just like, it looks sick. Yeah,
I saw that. That's such a great idea.
It's good.
It is.
Because it's all about symbology, and like we've been a bit too, when it comes to like the England and the Union Jack flags, I think there's been a little bit too much shying away from them within polite society in England, whereas like in Wales, in Scotland, the flag obviously like represents something a little different, and then especially in Ireland, it's like it's a symbol of like liberation. It's often an anti-Tory symbol, whereas I don't know, like this sounds really weird to be like, we should have pride in our flag. Like, I actually think the idea of borders is, disgusting.
No, me too.
But in order to rewrite these rhetorics, it's like, no, the flag should be there for everyone, and it should be a symbol of, like, yes, a mosque should be flying a Union Jack to say like, we've built community in this country, and we contribute to this economy, and we love everything. Like we love what we have then shared with this country and learned from this, and we are integrated. We are this country, and like, of course, we all fucking are. Like, who like the French? The French came over in 1066. This language wouldn't sound like this if it wasn't for the French and the Germans and the Norse and the Spanish and the Romans and.
I love it. Mm-hmm. The reclaiming of the flag of both sides. Take that, because it's nasty. It's spiteful. It's closed-minded. It just, for me, it just reeks of venom.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not using that flag for pride. You're using it to shame others for not being from where you're from. Yeah. And I love the reclaiming of it. And again, like you were saying about that, I think you have a humongous point there about reclaiming that flag in polite society, having that reclaiming that pride. Because when I went into Wales, and I think it's just to double down on your point, I went from, as you'd imagine, from England, went over the bridge into Wales. And in that bridge, I saw St. George's cross flag, went across the bridge. I saw a Welsh flag. And when I saw that St. George's, I went, oh, bloody reform. Yeah. And when I saw that Welsh flag, I went, oh, Wales. But they were both trying to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But I did not.
That's it. When I'm in Scotland and I see Scottish flags, it's like, it's so weird that I then have this nationalist identity for that. But then when I'm in England, despite my own mother coming from here, I have that sort of like, ugh. Yeah. And actually, the answer is get slaggy with it. Yeah,
make St. George cunty again.
Georgina.
Oh, there's someone.
She did slay the dragon.
Oh my God, the St. Georgina.
Yes. Make George slay again.
Oh, that's big. I gotta make that time. That's I have to edit out. But other than that, but we'll go into. So that's okay. Before we go into the quickfire round, I keep on adding questions. So apologies, but I'm having so much fun. How would you make the flags slutty?
I'm thinking bikini. I'm thinking. I love a little spaghetti strap top. Or even just pasties, nipple pasties.
Brilliant. Would that be it? Any on the trousers? Any on the undies? Or
It depends what time of day or night we're talking, because we
Okay.
need transitional pieces here.
Yeah, fair. Right, the quick fire round. You've been brilliant. Thank you so much for coming
you.
back on. So this one now, the quick fire round. These are some new questions. So quick fire round. What's your weirdest turn on? And it could be personality, physical.
Oh God, there is something when someone's like ripped but kind of badly dressed. When they're in like a scraggly, crumpled t-shirt, like some swimming shorts and flip-flops, or like.
I'm with you on that.
There's something I kind of love in that.
Do you know why I find that? So this is a quick fire round, and I'm just deep diving into it because that's someone that's ripped not for their aesthetic.
Or they are, but it's still like it's a sort of weird like bedroom thing. It's slightly incel-y. I'll say that much. It's toxic.
Okay,
That's what turns me on.
Toxic incels. If you had to wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Princess Diana's wedding dress.
Thank you. Favorite place to open Grindr?
Ooh, my new area. It's a hot neighborhood. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people be handsome.
Nice. Would you rather every time? I'll beg my pardon. This is a question I should have asked. Are your parents still with us or no?
Huh?
Are your parents still alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Would you rather every time you said hello to your dad, you have to give a peck on the lips, or every time you said goodbye to your mum, it's a spank on your ass?
I would go with dad peck on the lips. I have many like Middle Eastern friends where that's very normal in their houses, so I'm like, okay, we can carry that over.
Okay, wicked. Would you rather be 3 inches taller or earn twice as much?
Earn twice as much.
Okay, brilliant. I think I just projected my thing there. If you were ordained, what would you be the patron saint of?
I'd be the patron saint of pre-drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my era now with this new place because it's like we've got some neighbors above and to the side. So we had very legendary house parties in our old place, but that's because we had nobody next to us.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, I want to be pre-drink central.
For everybody or the neighbours?
For friends.
Okay, cool.
So we have like day parties. So people bring their kids in the afternoon and then it transitions to the gays coming pre-Adonis and then we all get in the cabs together. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Oh, thank you. So what would... Oh, well, I think you've already answered it. What would people do on St. Joe Sutherland Day?
Yeah, get on it.
Get on it. Get on it, and you have to look cunty in your flags.
Yes. There we go.
And if you're online, where can people find you?
Instagram and my website. Instagram primarily, so search Joe Sutherland. Or if you want to type the handle, Jomodity, JOMODITY. Website, joesutherland.co.uk.
And where's the big London date coming up soon?
That is at the Underbelly Boulevard on Thursday, September 18th at 7 p.m. sharp. And stick around afterwards. We'll have some post-drinks in the bar. And bring your card because there'll be merch.
Oh, brilliant. And finally, once again, you have been on My Bad with Morgan Rees. Will you come back?
Yeah, great.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
Thank
Joe.
you.
Joe Sutherland, everybody. That's the end of the episode. If you are enjoying these, do please follow us on Patreon. We have an exclusive content every week. It's only £3. And episodes every Wednesday. I'm thinking of my other podcast. I have another podcast called Chatting with Cherubs. I'm chewing your ear off. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks again, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.